Welcome to the Mud Puddle Theory. Hi, I'm Jerry and Quick, and I wrote the Mud Puddle Theory. If the title of this video got your attention and motivated you to watch this video, then you, along with millions of people in this great country of ours, have the same concerns. Who, how, and why are we being divided, and what can we do to unite and bring us closer together as a nation? That is the reason why I wrote the Mud Puddle Theory, to provide the knowledge and understanding that will be necessary to do just that, unite and bring us closer together as a nation. At the end of this video, I will tell you the key that will unlock the door so that we can enter the bright new future that lies on the other side. This is the first video of a series of videos that I plan on doing, and while I may not touch up on some of the issues that are in the Mud Puddle Theory, I can assure you that there will be issues in the Mud Puddle Theory that will not be in my videos. So you need to get a copy of the Mud Puddle Theory and read it so that you will have a better understanding of what is being discussed in my videos. Also, I advocate in the Mud Puddle Theory that we as a people need to have meaningful, productive discussions, conversations, and our dialogues concerning what we can do to unite and bring us closer together. I recently had a friend suggest that I start posting videos on YouTube to promote the Mud Puddle Theory and to promote my cause of uniting and bringing us closer together as a nation. While I realized that YouTube would be a good way to promote the Mud Puddle Theory and spread the message that I wanted to get out, I also realized that YouTube would provide the perfect forum to start the discussions, conversations, and our dialogues that I advocate we have in the Mud Puddle Theory. Another reason why you should get a copy of the Mud Puddle Theory and read it so that you can be informed and participate in the discussions, conversations, and our dialogues being discussed. While I do want the Mud Puddle Theory to be a learning experience for you, I also want your input to be a learning experience for me. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about me in this video, mainly because Chapter 1 of the Mud Puddle Theory, while not intended to be an autobiography, will tell you a lot about me, and throughout the Mud Puddle Theory, I tell of numerous experiences that I have had, which have provided me with the insight and knowledge necessary to understand who, how, and why we are being divided. Suffice it to say that I grew up very, very poor in the 50s and 60s in a very small rural city in Alabama. Growing up, we didn't have computers, the internet, smartphones, or other technologies that are available today to keep us busy. So, when we were not in school, most of our time was spent doing activities outdoors. The only exception was when it rained and we were forced to stay inside and wait for the rain to stop. Of course, when it stopped raining and we were allowed to go outdoors to play, we were always warned by my mom to stay out of the mud puddles, which fell on deaf ears because we had so much fun playing in the mud puddles. Consequences were well worth it. Even days later, when the mud had settled at the bottom and the water had cleared, I still could not resist the temptation to find me a stick and stir it up because, after all, it is a mud puddle. Even after my childhood, mud puddles were still a temptation that was hard for me to resist. Some of my fondest memories that I will always cherish and will have until the day I die are times that I have spent with my children riding the four-wheelers in the woods and through the mud puddles. I can assure you that my children never took any mercy on me because when we finished riding, I was always the one with the most mud on me. They thought that they were getting away with something, but in reality, while I did get most of the mud on me, the memories carved into my mind were worth every ounce of mud that I got on me. Even though I'm 71 years young, that doesn't mean that I can't still enjoy some of the simple things in life, like playing and having fun in the mud puddles. I would invite invite you to join me to play and have fun in the mud puddle, but the mud puddle has been closed until further notice. I am waiting for the water to settle down, the mud to settle at the bottom, and the water to clear so that we can avoid any hazards or dangers that may lie beneath the murky, muddy waters. Of course, the mud puddle is symbolic of the people, and the stick that I use to stir the puddle of water to make it muddy again is symbolic of how we are being stirred so that we can't see and avoid the hazards and dangers that lie ahead. I wish that it was as simple as letting the mud settle at the bottom for the water to clear, or in the alternative, drain the mud puddle so that we could see the hazards and dangers that lurk below those muddy, murky waters. With the hazards and dangers that lie ahead of us, even if the water was clear, that we need to avoid often cannot be seen. They are hard to identify and recognize. The stick is words, or the lack of words, that are intended to influence, manipulate, deceive, and brainwash us into believing that something is true when, in reality, it is not true. I'm sure that most of you, if not all of you, have heard the word propaganda. It is a word that is often used by politicians during our elections. The question is, do you know and do you understand how propaganda is being used to divide us as a nation? Since it is so very, very important for you to know and understand what propaganda is and how it is being used to divide us, I have chosen to dedicate my next video to an explanation of propaganda. Suffice it to say that words can and will keep us divided as a nation. When I was 15 years old, I witnessed an incident that was very disturbing to me and motivated me to want to become a lawyer so that I could help people. The only problem was that my family was very, very poor, and I was not aware of any scholarships, grants, student loans, or any other financial resources that would be available to me to realize my dream and my life goal of becoming a lawyer. When I was about to abandon my dream, I remembered something that my mother would say to me: "Can't never did do nothing." In other words, I would not know if I could do it if I didn't at least give it a try. Based on hard work, dedication, persistence, and the many sacrifices that I had to make, along with some help from above, I was able to get my college degree, and I was able to graduate law school and receive my Juris Doctorate degree. The only obstacle left for me to get over was to take and pass the bar exam. On September 28, 2018, I will be celebrating my 42nd anniversary, something which I am very, very proud of. When I made up my mind to be a lawyer, I began considering what subjects I would need to focus on to build a good, solid foundation upon which I could build my law practice. My first choice was English for obvious reasons. My second choice was history because I knew that history would give me a better understanding of the laws. While history did provide the knowledge and understanding of the laws and how they have evolved and changed, little did I know that history, along with my personal and professional experiences, would provide me with the insight, knowledge, and understanding of who, how, and why we are being divided. When you read the Mud Puddle Theory, you will be in a better position to understand how our dark past history is being used against us. It is not my intent in the Mud Puddle Theory or in any of my videos to offend, embarrass, or in any way to upset anyone. But at the same time, my intent is not to be politically correct, but to be historically correct with the truth concerning our dark past history. Too many times I've seen people, in order to be politically correct, say things that are not necessarily true, and, in my opinion, that does more harm than good. When my clients were going to testify, whether at a trial or in a deposition, I always told them to tell the truth, because while the truth may hurt you, a lie will destroy you. The old saying is that the truth will set you free. In the preface of the Mud Puddle Theory, I said that there would be those who would call me a racist, And there will also be others who will call me a nigger lover, neither of which is true. For those who know me, they will tell you that I am one of those people who love and get along with everybody, regardless of their skin color, religious beliefs, sexual orientation, and so forth. While I may not agree with you, I will still fight for your right to your beliefs, unless I can convince you otherwise, or you can convince me otherwise. We must learn to agree to disagree and to respect one another's opinions and learn to compromise. In the preface to the Mud Puddle Theory, I also emphasize that you must take off your tunnel vision glasses and be open-minded when reading the Mud Puddle Theory. I am sure that you're going to read things in the Mud Puddle Theory that will be in direct conflict with what you have heard and with what you think you know. Throughout the Mud Puddle Theory, I tell you, don't believe me. Do your own research to find the truth, because when you do, you will be more confident with what you are reading and will have a better understanding of the hazards and dangers that lie ahead so that they can be avoided. At the beginning of this video, I told you that at the end of the video, I would tell you what is the key that will unlock the door so that we can enter the bright new future that lies on the other side, a cure for our division. I compare our division with a medical problem. When you have a medical problem, you go to the doctor to be checked out. The doctor will do an examination and may even do some tests to determine the underlying cause or causes for your medical problem. Once he or she determines the underlying cause or causes for your medical problem, then the doctor will have a better understanding of what he or she is dealing with and can prescribe a treatment to cure the problem. Same principles are involved with our division problem, because before we can come up with a cure, we have to know and understand the underlying causes for our division. Once we know and understand the underlying causes, the cure should be very simple. Mark 3:25 in the Bible states that a house divided will fall. Martin Luther King stated that we will either come together as brothers or perish as fools. Even though history is not very important in our schools anymore, and I'm sure there's a reason for that, I'm sure that some of you who have studied history in the past are familiar with the fall of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire did not fall from outside forces, but fell from within through dissension, similar to what is going on in the United States of America today. Does that mean that the United States of America will fall like the Roman Empire? Since I don't have a crystal ball to look into the future, I can't answer that question. However, I do know that if we will work toward bringing our country closer together, the chances of that happening is almost non-existent. When we do come closer together as a nation, the underlying causes for our division will start to fade away, and while they may still be present in the background, they will no longer divide us. Thanks so much for watching this video. My intent was to do this video as an introduction to the Mud Puddle Theory and to motivate you to get on board and be a part of our journey to bring us closer together as a nation. In future videos, I intend on not only discussing other issues that I cover in the Mud Puddle Theory, but also I will discuss with you any questions you may have and make comments to any responses you may make. I will also have videos concerning positive steps that I have witnessed in the right direction toward bringing us closer together as a nation. Again, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe below, and feel free to share this video on social media, your website, or anywhere else you would like to share it. Also, please feel free to leave any comments that you may have below which you feel would be productive and meaningful and would assist in bringing us closer together as a nation. Please refrain from cursing, profanity, or name calling, because that would not be productive and meaningful. Feel free to disagree with me, and if I am wrong about something, please tell me I am wrong, and provide references to the authorities that you are relying on. As As I previously stated, I not only want this to be a learning experience for you, but I also want it to be a learning experience for me. Please follow my future videos and tell me what you think.